I am so excited to be here. I am honored to be here. I'm very thankful to Cheryl and the community that she has built in this room. And I just wanted to share a little bit about my background, my journey, because we all have a story, right?
Yeah.
And of course that story informs why we do what we do, why we choose to be entrepreneurs, why we choose to serve, why we choose to provide a product, perhaps. And just a little bit about my background. So I was raised in Columbus, Ohio by my maternal grandmother. And by some measures, maybe I started out with lots of strikes against me. I was the only child of an only child, and my grandmother, right after her husband passed, her only child died, who was my mother. And at 70 years old, she was left to raise a 6-year-old girl. And some kind of questioned that. There was a well-meaning family friend who said, you know what, I would not mind adopting Eva Jane. And my grandmother, very strong woman, she was an entrepreneur as well. She said, no, this is my responsibility, this is my child, and I'm gonna raise her. And God kept her on this earth for 94 years. She lived on her own until she was 92. Sound mind. Now, of course, you know, age sets in, but I'm like, 92, you lived alone until you were 92, able to take care of herself, able to cook for herself. And she got me through school, she got me through college. And she was an amazing woman. So sharing that, I wanted to, because I could stand here and I could say, well, I'm a 2-time Emmy Award-winning makeup artist. I currently hold 2 patents, 3 trademarks that are active. I have a makeup business. I've been a makeup artist and self-employed for over 20 years. I have 2 Emmy Awards, as Cheryl has talked about, and I've had a beautiful career. The product sells both domestically, it sells internationally, but of course we all have a story, and we didn't all start at the top, you know? And I love what Cheryl said, because that was something that I was meditating on, as far as what we go through is not for us. Because in the climate that we're in, we could fall into the trap of thinking that we're victims, that we are starting from a place to where it's almost impossible to increase socially, economically in this climate. But that is what I love about entrepreneurship. So I'm going to take a little survey of the room just so we can see who's in here and I can see who's in here. How many are currently entrepreneurs? Currently entrepreneurs. People who have said, I'm going to take control of my own destiny. I love it. Look, so keep your hands up and look around. Because something that's very important when you are an entrepreneur is your social capital. You can put your hands down. Because sometimes, true enough, we don't start out with the cash capital or the investment capital or, you know, that first round of friends and family that they say go after. You know, sometimes that's just not available. I mean, I'm the only of an only. It's like, who am I going to turn to? So when I look around this room, I see what Cheryl has put together, and I see that this is a room full of social capital that we should all take advantage of. Not to, like, everybody came up, they talked about all of the co-authors. Congratulations. This is a beautiful accomplishment. They talked about their areas of expertise. And I know some of you were taking notes as far as, oh, I need to know about that, I need to know about that. So after you read their chapters, then reach out to them, because everybody's contact information is there. And I love the concept also of rising together. And that is what is wrapped up in the title of this book, Entrepreneurial Elevation. And you've got a powerhouse name on the cover of that book. The association is capital itself. That's social capital. That's credibility. That's saying that, hey, somebody's vouched for me. It's like the good housekeeping seal of approval. That's what that name Cheryl Wood is on there. International speaker. I have been just admiring this woman for so long. So that's social capital. So don't leave without making some connections, especially those entrepreneurs that you said, oh, I need to know about that. I need to know about, how to get that government contract, because that's valuable for some. Now, if I could get a government contract to do makeup, that would be the bomb. And this is a side story. I actually did makeup for an interview, someone who was interviewing President Bush, the second Bush. And I talked to his makeup artist, and I'm just like, girl, so this is all you do? She's like, no, like I do other stuff with them. Like she had like administrative work too. And I'm like, oh yeah. But, okay, so now I hope to be Cheryl Wood when I grow up, but right now I got notes. So here's a few things I wanted to share with you. For those of you who are not entrepreneurs but are aspiring entrepreneurs, can you raise your hands? Aspiring. You have a business idea and you want to start. Okay, so to you all, I just want to say there's no permission needed. You have the green light. There's a scripture that talks about how, now I'm a spiritual person, I love the Lord, so I'm going to read that, if you don't mind. There's a scripture that says when you delight yourself in the Lord, He'll give you the desires of your heart. So I see that as twofold. One, you have a desire. You have a business, there's a seed planted in you, there's something that you want to do already. Now, God would be a cruel God if He gave you that desire and didn't give you a pathway or to be able to walk it out. Now, of course, that pathway is not going to be easy, and you might not see all that you have to go through. You're going to see the end of it. You're going to see yourself, kind of visualize yourself in that role, serving or providing that product or service, whatever that is. And there's going to be a lot of rough roads. And the thing that I love about being an entrepreneur is the learning process. And part of that learning process is the F word, failure. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And that's just, I've heard, you just figured out what not to do. As you make those mistakes, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that again. So you've got the green light. And it might be something as simple as doing some research, taking a class. I have become the queen of taking free classes. And actually, a lot of those classes, we pay for them with our tax dollars. So it's not really free. So there's lots of resources that you can take advantage of. So next, as okay, social capital, I talked about that. Y'all are one another's social capital, so take advantage. And lastly, this is one that I think is huge right now, especially in the age of social media, is you define your own success. Success for me and being an entrepreneur for me, I have two sons, teenagers, and I love to be that example for them, that they see that mommy is making it happen. She's doing it for herself. I have no ceiling. They say the sky's the limit. There is no limit. The sky's not even the limit. So being able to define your own success and not look to the left and to the right. Because success for you might be, I can pick my kids up when they get out of school, or I can be in the audience for all their performances. So whatever success is for you. So I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to say congratulations to all of the authors. This is a huge milestone. For being such a beautiful audience, and blessings to all of you.